The Miao is an ethnic group recognized by the government of China as one of the 55 official minority groups. Miao is a Chinese term and does not reflect the self-designations of the component groups of people, which include Hmong, Hmub, Xong, and A-Hmao. The Chinese government has grouped these people and other non-Miao peoples together as one group, whose members may not necessarily be either linguistically or culturally related, though the majority are members of Miao-Yao language family, which includes the Hmong, Hmub, Xong, and A-Hmao, and the majority do share cultural similarities. Because of the previous given reasons, many Miao peoples cannot communicate with each other in their mother tongues, and have different histories and cultures. A few groups designated as Miao by the PRC do not even agree that they belong to the ethnic group, though most Miao groups, such as the Hmong and Hmub, do agree with the collective grouping as a single ethnic group, Miao. The Miao live primarily in southern China's mountains, in the provinces of Guizhou, Hunan, Yunnan, Sichuan, Guangxi, Hainan, Guangdong, and Hubei. Some members of the Miao subgroups, most notably the Hmong people, have migrated out of China into Southeast Asia and Thailand. Following the communist takeover of Laos in 1975, a large group of the Hmong refugees resettled in several Western nations, mainly in the United States, France, and Australia. There has been a recent tendency by Hmong Americans to group all Miao peoples together under the term Hmong because of their disdain for the Chinese term Miao. This however fails to recognize that the Hmong are only a subgroup within the broader linguistic and cultural family of Miao people, and the vast majority of Miao people do not classify themselves as Hmong and have their own names for themselves. Nomenclature, Miao and Hmong. The term Miao gained official status in 1949 as a minzu encompassing a group of linguistically related ethnic minorities in southwest China. This was part of a larger effort to identify and classify minority groups to clarify their role in the national government, including establishing autonomous administrative divisions and allocating the seats for representatives in provincial and national government. Historically, the term Miao had been applied inconsistently to a variety of non-Han peoples. Early Western writers used Chinese-based names in various transcriptions: Miao, Miao-tse, Miao-tsze, Mo, Miao, Mo, Miao-tsu, etc. In Southeast Asian contexts, words derived from the Chinese Miao took on a sense which was perceived as derogatory by the Hmong subgroup living in that region. In China, however, the term has no such context and is used by Miao people themselves, of every group. The later prominence of the Hmong people in the West has led to a situation where the entire Miao linguistic cultural family is sometimes referred to as Hmong in English language sources. Following the recent increased interaction of the Hmong in the West with Miao in China, it is reported that some upwardly aspiring non-Hmong Miao have even begun to identify themselves as Hmong. However, most non-Hmong Miao in China are unfamiliar with the term as referring to their entire group and continue to use Miao, or their own separate ethnic self-designations. Though the Miao themselves use various self-designations, the Chinese traditionally classify them according to the most characteristic color of the women's clothes. The list below contains some of these self-designations, the color designations, and the main regions inhabited by the four major groups of Miao in China: Koksong Kokshiong, Xong, Red Miao, Kokshiong Miao, West Yunnan, A-Hmao, Hmub, Black Miao, Mhub Miao, Southeast Guizhou, A-Hmao, Big Flowery Miao, West Guizhou and Northeast Yunnan, A-Hmao, Hmong, Hmong, White Miao, Green Blue Miao, Small Flowery Miao, South and East Yunnan, South Sichuan and West Guizhou. Demographics. According to the 2000 census, the number of Miao in China was estimated to be about 9.6 million. Outside of China, members of the Miao linguistic cultural family subgroup or nations of the Hmong live in Thailand, Laos, Vietnam and Burma due to outward migration starting in the 18th century. As a result of recent migrations in the aftermath of the Indochina and Vietnam Wars from 1949–75, many Hmong people now live in the United States, French Guiana, France and Australia. Altogether, there are approximately 8 million speakers in the Miao language family. This language family, which consists of 6 languages and around 35 dialects, belongs to the Hmong branch of the Mongol-Euro-Min language family. The Hmong live primarily in the northern mountainous reaches of Southeast Asia including Thailand, Laos and Vietnam, and in far southwest China mostly in the provinces of Yunnan, Guangxi, and to a very limited extent in Guizhou. There are about 1.5-2 million Hmong in China. Note: the Miao areas of Sichuan province became part of the newly created Chongqing municipality in 1997. Most Miao currently live in China. Miao population growth in China, 1953 2,510,000, 1964, 2,780,000, 1982, 5,030,000, 1990, 7,390,000, 3,600,000 Miao. About half of the entire Chinese Miao population were in Guizhou in 1990. The Guizhou Miao and those in the following 6 provinces make up over 98% of all Chinese Miao: Hunan 1,550,000, Yunnan 890,000, Sichuan 530,000, Guangxi 420,000, Hubei 200,000, Hainan 50,000. In the above provinces, there are 6 Miao Autonomous Prefectures: Qiandongnan Miao and Dong Autonomous Prefecture, Guizhou, Qianan Bue and Miao Autonomous Prefecture, Guizhou, Qiangxin and Bue and Miao Autonomous Prefecture, Guizhou, Xiangxi Tuja and Miao Autonomous Prefecture, Hunan, Wenshan Tsuang and Miao Autonomous Prefecture, Yunnan, Inshi Tuja and Miao Autonomous Prefecture. Hubei, there are in addition 23 Miao Autonomous Counties: Hunan Miang, Jingzhou, and Chengbu, Guizhou, Songtai, Ainjiang, Wuchuan, Dalizan, Zening, Zaiyan, Guanling, and Weining, Yunnan, Pinchbian, Jinping, and Lukan, Chongqing, Xushan, Yueyang, Qianjiang, and Pengshui, Guangxi, Rengshui, Longsheng, and Linglin, Hainan Province, Kayang and Banating. Most Miao reside in hills or on mountains, such as Wuling Mountain by the Qiangxiang River, Miao Mountain, Qiandongnan, Yueliang Mountain, Qiandongnan, Greater and Lesser Ma Mountain, Qianan, Greater Miao Mountain, Guangxi, Wuming Mountain by the Tianqian River. Several thousands of Miao left their homeland to move to larger cities like Guangzhou and Beijing. There are 2 million Hmong spread throughout northern Vietnam, Laos, Burma, and on other continents. 174,000 live in Thailand, where they are one of the 6 main hill tribes. History History according to Chinese legend and other considerations according to Chinese legend, the Miao who descended from the Zhulai tribe led by Chai were defeated at the Battle of Tselhu by the military coalition of Huang Di and Yan Di, leaders of the Huaxia tribe, as the 2 tribes struggled for supremacy of the Yellow River Valley. Archaeological discoveries According to Andra copyright Georges Hordrickert and David Stricker's claims based on limited secondary data, the Miao were among the first people to settle in present-day China. They claim that the Han borrowed a lot of words from the Miao in regard to rice farming. This indicated that the Miao were among the first rice farmers in China. In addition, some have connected the Miao to the Daxi culture in the Middle Yangtze River region. The Daxi culture has been credited with being amongst the first cultivators of rice in the Far East by Western scholars. However, in 2006 rice cultivation was found in the Shandong province even earlier than the Daxi culture. A Western study mentioned that the Miao have some DNA from the northeast people of China, but has origins in southern China. Recent DNA samples of Miao males contradict this theory. The white Hmong have 25% C, 8% D, and 6% N, Tat, yet they have the least contact with the Han population. Chu In 2002, the Chu language has been identified as perhaps having influence from Thai-Euro-Cam and Miao-Yao languages by researchers at University of Massachusetts Amherst. Qin and Han dynasties The term Miao was first used by the Han Chinese in pre-Qin times for designating non-Han Chinese groups in the south. It was often used in combination, non-Miao, Miaomin, A-Hmao, and Son-Miao. Ming and Qing dynasties During the Ming and Qing dynasties Miao and Man were both used, the second possibly to designate the Yao people. The Yuan, Ming, and Qing dynasties could neither fully assimilate nor control the indigenous people. During the Miao rebellions, when Miao tribes rebelled, Ming troops, including Han Chinese, Hui people, and others crushed the rebels, killing thousands of them. Mass castrations of Miao boys also took place. During the Qing dynasty, the Miao fought 3 wars against the empire. In 1735, in the southeastern province of Guizhou, the Miao rose up against the government's forced assimilation. 8 counties involving 1,224 villages fought until 1738, when the revolt ended. According to Xiongtan University professor Wu, half the Miao population were affected by the war. The Second War involved the provinces of Guizhou and Hunan. Shi Sanbao and Shi Liudeng led this second revolt. Again, it ended in failure, but it took 11 years to quell the uprising. The greatest of the 3 wars occurred from 1854 to 1873. Zhang Xiumei led this revolt in Guizhou until his capture and death in Changsha, Hunan. This revolt affected over 1 million people and all the neighboring provinces. By the time the war ended, Professor Wu said only 30% of the Miao were left in their home regions. This defeat led to the Hmong people migrating out of China. During Qing times, more military garrisons were established in southwest China. Han Chinese soldiers moved into the Taojiang region of Guizhou, married Miao women, and the children were brought up as Miao. In spite of rebellion against the Han, Hmong leaders made allies with Han merchants. Politically and militarily, the Miao continued to be a stone in the shoe of the Chinese Empire. The imperial government had to rely on political means to ensnare Hmong people. They created multiple competing positions of substantial prestige for Miao people to participate and assimilate into the Qing government system. During the Ming and Qing times, the official position of Khitan was created in Indochina. The Miao would employ the use of the Khitan government structure until the 1900s, when they entered into French colonial politics in Indochina. 20th century During the founding of the People's Republic of China, the Miao played an important role in its birth when they helped Mao Zedong to escape the Kuomintang and the Long March with supplies and guides through their territory. In Vietnam, a powerful Hmong named Vuong Trinh Duc, dubbed the King of the Hmong, aided Ho Chi Minh's nationalist move against the French, and thus secured the Hmong's position in Vietnam. During the Vietnam War, Miao fought on both sides, the Hmong in Laos primarily for the U.S., across the border in Vietnam for the North Vietnam Coalition, the Chinese Miao for the Communists. However, after the war, the Vietnamese were very aggressive towards the Hmong, who suffered many years of reprisals and genocide. Most Hmong in Thailand also supported a brief communist uprising during the war. Distribution by province The 2000 Chinese census recorded 8,940,116 Miao in mainland China. Provincial distribution of the Miao in mainland China. By county County-level distribution of the Miao in mainland China only includes counties or county equivalents containing greater than 0.25% of mainland China's Miao population. Cuisine Miao fish Miao fish is a special way of cooking a fish by Miao people. It has been recognized as a local featured cuisine with its tasty flavor. The mixture of fish, green peppers, ginger slices and garlic provided people with great eating experience. See also: Chaiyu, ethnic groups in Chinese history, ethnic minorities in China, history of China, Hmong people, Hmong customs and culture, Hmong Euroming languages, languages of China, list of the Hmong Miao people, pole worship, Bang Pao. References Citations Sources Enwar, Joachim. Taiyanan Project Newsletter, No. 17, Department of Anthropology, Australian National University, June 1992. In, Louisa. Minority Rules, the Miao and the Feminine in China's Cultural Politics. Durham, North Carolina, Duke University Press. ISBN 0822324444-X, retrieved April 24, 2014. Gina Corrigan. Miao Textiles from China. Seattle, University of Washington Press. ISBN 0-295-98137-7. Nicholas Tapp. The Hmong of China, Context, Agency, and the Imaginary. Boston, Brill Academic Publishers. ISBN 0-391-04187-8. Nicholas Tapp, Jean McCord, Christian Coolers, Gary A. R. Lee, ed. Hmong in Asia. Silkworm Books. ISBN 974-9575-01-6. David Deal and Laura Hostler. The Art of Ethnography, a Chinese Miao album. Seattle, University of Washington Press. ISBN 978-0295985435. Jindan, Zuliang Ma, Mark Bender. Miao Creation Epics from Guizhou, China. Indianapolis, Indiana, Hackett Publishing Company. ISBN 978-0872208490. Thomas Vang. A History of the Hmong, From Ancient Times to the Modern Diaspora. Lulu.com. ISBN 978-1435709,324. Further reading, Shuin Lung. The Conquest of the Miao Tse, an Imperial Poem. Entitled A Choral Song of Harmony for the First Part of the Spring, Tr. By S. Weston, from the Chinese. Translated by Stephen Weston. London, printed and sold by C. and R. Baldwin, New Bridge Street, Blackfriars. Retrieved April 24, 2014. External links, Hmong Studies Internet Resource Center, hmongnet.org, an album of the Miao minority from 1786, map share of ethnic by county of China.